This wall contains commercial jobs that I've done, both cartoons and illustrations for various reasons and for various people. And I keep changing this wall because I get tired of looking at this group every now and then. I have plenty more to substitute for it. A few of these are sketch things that I do. This was something for the Society of Illustrators, and it was a depiction of my favorite movie, and this was the brothers, I hope I'm going to pronounce this right, Karamazov, something, you know what I mean. And this is just odds and ends of stuff. That picture there is a picture of one of my uncles who was a prize fighter, a heavyweight, and he was in the war, First War, and he's a hero in this household. This is where the painting is done. There's an easel here, and I mostly work standing up, so it's no problem. I don't need to sit. I don't like to sit to paint. Sit over there when I'm doing commercial stuff. This is a painting I've just taken out of the attic. I have a full attic and a full basement, and this is the entrance to this little town in Maine. Saw that and liked it, and I like to put figures in my paintings, so this was just a landscape, so to speak, and this became two opposite kinds of people who live there. There's a workman here, and there's a man of some means here with his cane and his walking stick. This is just stuff. I have stuff in everything and on everything, and on the floor a good part of the time, but I just come out of room. I've got every kind of a thing that holds something, but I need more room. Another thing that I do now in my old age is I go to sketch class once a week, and I love doing that. This picture here is typical. We have a different model every week. She poses for 3 hours. I work quickly and draw with mostly charcoal, but anything else that comes to mind, and put the color on very quickly. You see it's all flat watercolor. So these are typical of the 45-minute quick sketches I told you about. There's one. There's another one whose frame is falling apart. And you see I draw in a kind of a cartoony way. One thing I don't care about in any of these poses is likeness. I don't care about that. If I get it, I'm surprised and I'm pleased, but mostly I don't. But this is a kind of a cartoon version of this girl, and I was pleased with it as a drawing. Never quite finished this gal. And if you ask me why the man is blue, I don't know. I just choose to make him blue, that's all. And since you have, these are not for a client, these are for yourself, I take all these liberties. This one only posed for a few minutes, and I got late to this, but I made this odd little thing out of that. This is quite a good likeness, and she had a lovely outfit. And I take liberties like this of making these changes. This is just a table with 4 legs, but I chose to fill in the color here to abstract it in a certain way. So another lady, another guy. There's a shot of me at Pratt Institute with a couple of my friends long, long ago. The class of, I can't even remember the class, but anyway, I had that fedora hat and my socks were rolled down, which I'd never treat anybody to again. Then there is always this stuff you save that is reference material, because in commercial work you never know what job you're going to get or what the subject is. So I've been saving and building this file since 1938 when I got out of art school. And there's one of everything in here except the one I need that night. I say artists break down to 2 kind of guys in their studios. They're either neatnik, which I am not, or a sloppicus, which I am, and then I have to share one corner of it with my wife. I don't have to, but I chose to because I'm such a sweet fellow. And any case, this stuff is all accessible and it's the way I want it. Stuff, everywhere you look, there's stuff. And here's my calendar, which I sometimes fail to keep up with. And here's some more stuff. And here's where I make my living. The the good old slanty drawing board. I was an art director in New York for many years, 6 different agencies, and I prized that experience. But all the time I was doing that, I wanted to do this, and so I've gotten to do both, and a lot of people don't get that chance. So anyway, here's where I spent a good part of my life, at the slanty board, as I call it, and it's been wonderfully productive for me. Great pleasure, just a great pleasure, and I've had a chance to experiment, and as a matter of fact, I've just had such a good life as an artist. I've had many breaks, met a zillion marvelous people, and especially here in Westport, where I was here early enough to know all the great illustrators. Westport, a town of events, and sooner or later artists get involved in all of them. And so I've had the good luck of being involved. I'm one of 3 people who do the exhibits at the library, and have done those for some years. And I was very involved in the art center when they were in the old building. I was one of the hangers with a mouthful of nails and a hammer, and we had wonderfully good shows. Here are a few of my finished paintings. I keep a record of everything, of course, and it's especially makes sense if you sell anything and would like to remember what it looked like. It was a famous vaudeville place, and this picture is called "The Night the Comics Bombed at the Palace." That was the name of the theater, by the way, and all the best acts in vaudeville, mostly comedy ones, would come. Anyway, this is the night the comics bombed at the castle, at the palace rather, and they're being punished. This is the kingdom below, King Neptune. The only thing that shows about his crown above the water is the crown, and he's underwater in all of these. This takes a little, you have to see it this way, this takes a little explaining. When I was a kid, there was a stuff called Scott's Emulsion, which was cod liver oil, the worst tasting stuff in the world. And the entrance to the drugstore showed a fisherman with a huge 6-foot cod on his back. For some reason, I guess I was 10 or 11, that picture frightened me. And I thought about it a lot. And then when I was considerably older than that, it reoccurred to me. So this is the revenge. Here's the Scott's Emulsion man. He's a peg-leg old guy who probably lost his leg to a whale. And these are fish attacking him and getting even with him. This is in Westport, in what used to be the gas station down that is now the hardware store. And I came by one day and it was being changed around. So got all these little workmen all doing something. And the old Italian guy here is reading the blueprint. And here's a goat up here. Don't ask me why. But anyway, the goat wakes up in the morning and he comes down here and he sees the jester who was saying hi to him. And that's the story of that. And that's the story of me. And thank you for being so patient. And you cut out anything you want to cut out.